Hey guys, welcome to the first video of the Gyan Masti series. And for this, I have with me Kumar Vimal, who is a software engineer at Amazon, and Rajesh Kumar, who recently got a job as a software engineer at Apple. So first of all, congratulations to him. So this video will be in English and Hindi. So if you're a purely English speaker, you can actually skip the video because I won't be adding any subtitles to it. So guys, let's get started. And the topic for our first video would be WhatsApp privacy policy and what's this whole privacy episode going on, and is there really an app that can actually fill the shoes of WhatsApp? So our whole discussion will be around this. But first, let's get it started with the WhatsApp episode and the whole backlash that it's facing. So Rajesh, क्या लगता है WhatsApp की privacy policy इतनी बुरी है कि इतना backlash और इतने सारे memes? Is it really so bad?
I think it depends on like what WhatsApp, actually the parent company Facebook, has done in the past. So I think because Facebook has a past history of like using people's data and doing bad stuff like helping in election and all that stuff, because of that particular image, abhi currently agar WhatsApp kuch bhi karega ya even Facebook kuch bhi, like if they put into your mind that they are going to change anything, people will come and like attack them because they think that okay, they are going to use it in a way that will harm them, or like they will use it for any, they can use it for anything. So I think that same thing happened. For me personally, I felt like they were already doing it, but even then I was like, okay, theek hai, chalta hai. But now people are spreading information that okay, now they will start using chats. While chats padhenge, chat shares karenge. So many things are happening right now, and I think that's the reason why people are also switching to things like Signal or Telegram. But yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, so KB, क्या बोलता है? Did you already agree to the topic? Did you already agree to the WhatsApp privacy policy?
Yeah, I don't like those policies. And I would disagree with what Rajesh just said. It's not the same thing. I believe that there is a lot that has changed. The whole sharing of information, that and I try to dig into it a little bit. थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे है, थोड़ा बहुत like abstract out किया है उन्होंने, but जितना मुझे समझ में आता है, it's mostly almost everything, right? From the user info to your to all the metadata that they say will be shared with businesses for targeted ads. So for me, it's kind of it's a deal breaker. I would shift to anything that would give me like a more safer way to chat, to go about this whole IM thing. And these days, you know what, I was just reading somewhere, IM has been one of the, so I was really surprised when I read it. People use instant messaging much more than what people use this social networking. I mean, I'm not counting YouTube in social networking. I just mean to say Facebook and Instagram and other stuff, right? So instant messaging has been an integral part of people's lives these days, and if all of that is not safe anymore and your data is kind of getting shared for whatever reason, it is. But yeah, privacy is a big thing and it's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, I think we already talked about privacy and privacy concerns, but I think it's more of an exaggeration because हम लोग WhatsApp अभी तक use करते ही आ रहे थे. So let us see like what has changed, what people think has changed, and what has really changed. So first of all, I will give you a meme tour, like what meme world is saying about WhatsApp privacy policy. Guys, this is the first meme that has created all the perception about the privacy policy. People, लोग यहाँ पे अपना हल्के हो रहे हैं and everybody can see each other. So it's like trying to explain कि whatever you're sharing and whatever you're doing on WhatsApp, it's visible to everybody. So yeah, again, थोड़ा exaggeration है, but it's a funny meme. So let's see the next one. So ये कौन सी पिक्चर का सीन है?
Yeah, क्या धमाल धमाल धमाल
धमाल का सीन है ना.
धमाल
So
धमाल
basically
हाँ.
people like लोगों को लग रहा है कि हम secured है, but basically आजू बाजू से हर कोई सब कुछ देख सकता है. So yeah, that's another meme. So and what is this? क्या है ये? Hungry.
So now
Yeah.
everyone at WhatsApp customer care is expecting something else.
सब
They know
बहुत.
what should have come.
Yeah. So
It's not
बहुत
as
ही.
bad as that. I think this is just an exaggeration, but yeah.
Yeah. So basically इसको देख के ऐसा लग रहा है कि अब सारे messages भी पढ़ पा रहे हैं WhatsApp वाले. Like there is no end-to-end encryption also. So guys, as we saw कि meme world में तो WhatsApp की बहुत ले रहे हैं. But it is actually a bit tragic also because उसको कंपनी के लिए because they are trying to explain कि यार हमारा end-to-end encryption अभी भी है. We are not sharing your messages, but people are not ready to listen also. But again, it's kind of an exaggeration. So that's why it's our duty that we should show कि what is the real picture. Actually वो लोग क्या share कर रहे हैं, क्या share नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये हमको बताना चाहिए, दिखाना चाहिए viewers को. So let me share that part also.
And I think like there was another meme जिसमें था कि Facebook को डर लगा, हमको अच्छा लगा. And now I think that's why they have delayed this policy by 3 months, so that maybe they will be looking at something.
So in a minute we'll quickly look at the policy details. So you can see here जो नया WhatsApp का policy है, they are trying to collect the battery level, signal strength, app version, browser information. I think these are harmless, pretty harmless till now. Browser information हर कोई collect करता है, mobile network, connection information. Okay. Now यहाँ से थोड़ा important stuff start हो रहा है. They collecting phone numbers, mobile operators, ISP is also okay, but yeah, phone number is a critical info. Then language, time zone, IP address, very important. People do not want to expose their IP address, but yeah, यहाँ पे IP address show हो जा रहा है. Device operation information, identifiers. So कुछ critical चीजें हैं यहाँ पे. But more critical things are about to come. Actually ये जो phone number, IP address, mobile information के साथ they are tracing your transaction data. So WhatsApp Pay से अगर कोई payment कर रहे हो तो वो सारा exposed रहेगा. Service related information, how you're interacting with other people, like your interaction pattern, ये भी बहुत important है. जो भी share होने वाला है. तो basically they are sharing a lot of information, but again they are still not sharing your private messages, your private media, your group information, because वो end-to-end encrypted होता है. So this privacy policy really looks something fishy, but not as fishy as people are mentioning in the memes.
I think there is one more thing. I believe काफी सारी companies हैं which might be taking this data. कहीं ना कहीं से they will be collecting it, and like we are clicking on accepting the terms and they are collecting the information. But what WhatsApp is trying, it's trying to be coming like more explicitly, like showing it like what exactly they are taking. Or because वो इतना openly बताना चाह रहे हैं, that is causing more reaction from public. कि क्या हो रहा है? That is the thing.
What do you think, KV?
I think like this information sharing, people use it for targeted ads and everything, but I'm still not very clear on how much of information would be taken away from the chats. I did read about pulling out links and such things just to understand what's your interest like. So I have also seen other companies like for instance Google, right? So if you have a particular if you did get some particular mail from a shopping website, so you would be tagged into a customer who wants to get more of that stuff and would be shown such targeted ads. So I think that's true that there can be other companies who are already doing that and stuff like that, but to what extent is it gonna be, how much of the messages are gonna be parsed, or it's end-to-end encrypted, but then it's also a little dicey when it comes to links, media and whatnot. So
our behavior is much more than the messages that we send. Messages तो हम SMS में भी भेज लेते थे. Now our interaction has become even more. अभी हमारा हम किस तरह से स्टेटस डाल रहे हैं, what are we up to, किस लोकेशन पे हैं हम, या जिस तरह से तुम व्हाट्सएप पेज जिस तरह से यूज कर रहे हो, दैट मीन्स दे नो कि तुम कहाँ से परचेज करते हो चीजें. वो इन्फॉर्मेशन निकल जाएगी. देन वेरी क्रिटिकल इन्फॉर्मेशन इज व्हाट्सएप बिजनेस, बिकॉज वो मेंशन नहीं था वहाँ पे, बट व्हाट्सएप बिजनेस अकाउंट पे अगर तुम कोई चैट करते हो, इट्स नॉट एंड टू एंड एनक्रिप्टेड, and 100,000 people can even look at it at once. So वो तुम्हारा जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है वो बिल्कुल भी सिक्योर नहीं.
एक और चीज है, like when they shared this privacy policy, they said that either you accept it by Feb of 9th or 10th something, otherwise they'll stop your services. Like you can't access WhatsApp anymore. So it's like putting a gun on your head and like, okay,
it's like
karo warna gaye.
It's like my way or highway.
And I would say, that is a big thing. I again, going back to the earlier example that I gave, right? When you talk about Google, one of the other very revolutionary Google Ads platform, right? Which is quite comparable to Facebook ads. So they have all those levers in place that allow you to turn off, things like location sharing, things like if you're getting tagged as a particular interest group, you're free to like go ahead and remove yourself from that interest group. So just to add to what Rajesh just said, if it's me, if it's like, hey, you either take this or you just leave off the platform, is not the right approach to go about it. That kind of like also takes me a little.
One of the lines on the WhatsApp privacy policy reminds me of this. So, for example, they said that if you choose to not share your location through GPS, then we will try to estimate your location through your IP address. Even if your IP address is incorrect, then we'll try to estimate your location through your phone number. So that's the level of encroachment that they are trying to showcase in this privacy policy. So it's actually a bit alarming. But as KV said, Google has a lot of levers in place, but still we know, right, Google really uses our data in a substantial way, because just like Google Trips app, you remember, right? They read all our emails and they figure out that where are we going, which trip are we making, where are we booking our hotels, where are we eating. So through Gmail, they have a lot of information about us that not anybody knows about.
So Amit, I think there's a small distinction there, right? There are two parts of this data usage is how I look at it. One is to, come up with a new service or better a service, make a service, more personalized and things like that. And the second part of it is to use it to offer a platform to do this targeting and, whatnot. I would not be cool with the second one. I'm good with the first because it gives me all of these personalizations that can help me use that service even better, or to come up, or it all, and it also enables the platform to come up with a better quality of content that is more targeted to me. But when it comes to offering that same thing across the board to give like to provide targeted ads, then I might think about it going a little more deeper into this whole ecosystem where I'm not really comfortable with that.
Okay, you want to add something, Rajesh?
Yeah, I want to say that, okay, from Facebook's perspective, what they are doing is like they are the messiah who are helping the small businesses by putting their ads on your page. So in their way, they are helping like small businesses and other advertisers earning money and like boosting up their businesses. So that's what like their way of saying it, like why they need your data so that they can help those businesses to like get some income. That's
a good point, Rajesh. What I think like to focus now to focus our attention on is the GDPR. So if you one of the myths when folks think about GDPR is that GDPR is only for big businesses, and not really for small businesses. But if you look at the policy there, you have to pay the fines. Definitely, a small business will have a smaller revenue, but that still will mean that you have to pay that X% of fine of that small revenue. So yeah, I was just adding to the point that small businesses versus big businesses is not really something to do when data is just data.
Yeah, I also think the same. It's just that like that's what Facebook's defense is.
Got it.
Actually, let me take a moment to tell the viewers about the GDPR. Because we directly jumped into the implications of GDPR. GDPR is a general data protection law that is in practice in the European Union, and because of that GDPR protection law, you can actually ask any company to delete your complete data. That is one of the very key things. That whatever data you have that belongs to me, just I have the full right. Even if it goes to you, I have the right to ask you to delete it, and you have to delete it. Also, because of GDPR, there is a one funny point on the top of WhatsApp privacy policy. You can see that this policy is not applicable in EU. So basically, अगर कोई country अच्छे strict laws बनाती है, तो WhatsApp has to comply with that. It shows कि अगर गवर्नमेंट इस पे फोकस करती है कि हमारे डेटा को सिक्योर करना है, they can actually compel WhatsApp to make laws that will not impact us. So GDPR and European Union have set a precedent that what role a government can play in protecting our data.
Already, as we speak, let me also direct this attention, right? And I was very surprised. I think this was just today or yesterday that it happened. Signal and Telegram are getting downloaded a lot. I don't have the exact numbers, but they have topped the charts in the US. I think they're also being the global number one in social networking apps. WhatsApp has been losing its place. I think it was like 27th in the US rankings and or the global rankings. I'm not really sure, but it kind of bumped like 38 points, like 10 points. It went to the rank 38 the last time I checked. So people are thinking about these policies as something that will shake their lives. So this is and just to add to that, right? If you also see what's happening these days with the defensive game that's just started, right? They're just saying that, hey, we will shift the start. We will shift this to another 3 months long, and they also had a Twitter post that says, hey, this is just for business data. Whereas if you look at the policy really deeply, it says it's for your interaction with others, including business data. It's not just about the business interaction. It's in contrast to what is written on those policies. The only way you can actually get the trust back from the users is to change the policies, but they're kind of again sticking to what they have originally published, and they're giving this defensive play there on a different platform while still sticking with the policies. And I believe it's some jugglery of words out there. It's not really taking away anything from the initial announcement. So yeah.
So thanks for raising your points, guys. But I have some other point also. So our chats are still end-to-end encrypted, and that's what we can be sure about. But you know what? Our mails have never been end-to-end encrypted. But we have never cared about it ever. And in our mails, we have our flight tickets, hotel tickets, and a lot more information that we keep on our chat. And our mails have always been exposed to the mail provider. Why we never show so much concern when it comes to our email that we show when it comes to our chat?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think chats are more personal than emails. I mean, like in terms of conversations. Emails have more descriptive information like tickets and all, but when you do your personal conversations, then you spend more time on your instant messaging apps than your
emails. I also think that you think a little bit more when you're sending an email, and it's about how much time do you really think. When it comes to chats, I don't think people even spend like a second or two to type something. So chats are something which people don't really give a lot of time to, and you're more exposed when you're writing something, right? Without thinking. So that would be my argument between chats and emails. So
yeah. Also, what I think is we are not very much careful about the email is because we know that whoever has the password can view it. So even if 10 people have the password, then 10 people can do it. But in this WhatsApp kind of conversations, right? We know it should be end-to-end encrypted because we want it to be like that. That मैं भेज रहा हूँ तो तुमको मिलेगा बस और किसी को नहीं मिलना चाहिए. And that's the thought behind sending a personal message. So guys, now tell me, did you guys follow what Elon Musk advised to everybody in the world?
Yeah, I actually saw that, like his tweet that use Signal shooted up the stock prices of like a random company, which is nowhere related to this instant messaging. And then, yeah, but I know like many of my friends have moved to Signal already. I also have like moved to Signal, like have started an account, not started actively using it yet. But yeah, I've moved to Signal.
What about you, KB? Signal to move to?
I did move to Signal. I also moved to Telegram for this. I'm not really sure which one is gonna be the long term. Which one I'm gonna stick for longer term. But yeah, for now I have moved to both Signal and Telegram. I just want to add that Signal and Telegram are both open source, right? So as we know that when it comes to open source softwares, the more eyes see it, the more easier it is to catch any bugs or like get that software more optimized. I do think they might have scalability issues, especially with the 1.3 billion downloads that just happened on Signal. So it's crazy that within no time. I think it's just a matter of like the last week, 7 to 10 days. Yeah. Maybe 14 days. Yeah. So how are they gonna just scale for all of this traffic coming in is a big question. But when it comes to being being recommended, I think a lot of people are recommending Signal. A lot of my friends whom I know were initially in some groups on WhatsApp, I have already migrated to Signal.
Very recently, you know what? Signal actually faced an issue in sending OTPs. So many people. So many people have downloaded Signal that the OTPs are not coming on time. The verification OTP, like that's the level of issue they are facing when it comes to scale. So मेरे को लगता है कि there is a difference between using Signal also and moving to Signal. What we have done is we have not moved to Signal. We are using Signal also, and actually most of us have barely sent a message till now because
it's just in a shadow mode. We're just trying to like use it in a shadow mode, see how like things are gonna be like. A real flip is when you like cut out of WhatsApp. So.
Yeah, अभी लोग आ रहे हैं, and I think Signal is reliable when it comes to end-to-end messaging. But the problem arises when you want voice calls, when you want video calls. Because WhatsApp is not just a messaging app, it's a media app. Or the amount of resources that they have, the infrastructure, the tech capability that WhatsApp has, it's very hard to match it. So I'm not sure Signal, how will they be able to match up with the quality that WhatsApp provides? Because अगर quality नहीं मिलेगा, in the end people will move back to WhatsApp, or they will never come to Signal also, or या फिर अगर वीडियो कॉल करना है तो you use Google Duo or Skype, or for example people who are in iOS ecosystem, they will prefer to use FaceTime, I think, because FaceTime provides very good voice calling and video calling also. But I'm not sure what is the parallel or corresponding thing in the Android ecosystem that people can rely on. So this is a tough problem to solve actually, because अभी वो donation mode पे चल रहा है. If you keep on taking it till the time a big investor is not coming and investing on you, you cannot buy the machine that is needed for scaling up at that level. And I'm pretty sure that 99.999% people do not donate. They just want to use free service, because WhatsApp, in like 5 years back, WhatsApp just asked $1 from every person in the world, that just pay us $1, 50 rupees. For the whole year of service. That too we didn't pay. Actually, I didn't pay. And then Facebook bought WhatsApp. And uske baad se, we are still using WhatsApp for free. So there is a very famous quote. If you are getting any product for free, then you are the product. है ना. तो
True.
बेसिकली अभी सिग्नल हमको फ्री पे तो नहीं देगा, फ्री में दे रहा है, बट दे वांट अस टू डोनेट. सो आइदर people get morally and very much enlightened and they start paying signal, or otherwise there is no future. I'm pretty sure. The other possibility is some big company can come up, you know, pay, do some investment in signal, but
Yeah.
but in that way we will start having concern that they may have the access to the data that is in signal. So that is also a problematic thing if they get some investment.
Recently, like Elon Musk donated $5 million to Khan Academy, which is like non-profitable. So something like that, can boost them.
Yeah,
So
but I think it's very difficult to fathom that 2 billion customers for WhatsApp right now. That is a huge number, and I believe it was, yes, the technology was really good. I have not had any issues in the past using WhatsApp, but to form that common customer base, that's so much into every man's mobile phone, and like every person can just use it without having to think about the user interface is also very good. So that common base is something I believe takes time to build. This has not been built overnight. WhatsApp came in, like, I believe 10 years back or something like that.
Around 10 years back.
Yeah, so this is a slow curve, and I know that the curve will be steeper now because we just had like 1 billion downloads, but it does take some time. So yeah, that's
it doesn't take any time to download the app because we have a lot of space and we have free internet nowadays. The problem is moving to the app. 50% of the apps that we have on our phone, we barely use it. And I think Signal will be one of those apps. That's my prediction. Either I will use Signal, but other people won't be using Signal. That's another problem. It's not your decision to move towards an app. It's a community decision.
Yeah.
You know what? In Vietnam, people don't use WhatsApp. Barely use WhatsApp. Everybody uses Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger is so popular because as a community, they have taken a decision subconsciously that we will use Facebook Messenger only. So Facebook Messenger is a pathetic app. Is not a good app. Like, I don't like it. Sometimes I don't even open Messenger. But because compared to WhatsApp, like WhatsApp is so lightweight, sleek, and so easy to use compared to Facebook Messenger. But still, people there have decided Facebook Messenger, then nobody can change their decision. Similarly, to use Signal, it's a community decision, and community decision will only happen once it's a good enough platform. So yeah, yahi hai. Any last words, guys, before we end today's Gyan Masti?
I would say watch out for the policies. If they get updated, read through the policies and not just rely on the things that you hear of from others. Make a wise decision, data privacy is a thing.
Yeah, I think same thing. Read the policy and figure out whether whatever you are sharing, are you fine with that? Like, if it betters your personalization, or like think like it should be a choice rather than a forced one. That's what I think.
Yeah, I also think so. So, chalo guys, khatam karte hain aaj ka. Let's end it, and guys, I hope the viewers may have liked our conversation. So guys, if you like more Gyan Masti on different topics, just write it down in comments. And if you like the conversation, and if you want to provide us some feedback, then also we are pretty much welcome. And until next time, peace.